Welcome everyone. In this video, I am going to respond to some Reddit posts in the disability related subreddits. The first one that I wanted to talk about, attorney won't take my case. Very sad. I am feeling so defeated right now. I applied in November and got my denial letter last week. I called an attorney this morning to get help with the reconsideration / appeal / hearing / etc. And they said that they can't take my case because they don't see enough Social Security laws in my favor. I'll call a different one for a second opinion eventually. Right now, it's taking everything in me not to break down and sob in a corner. Select Inspector 587, I am so sorry to hear that you're feeling that way. Getting denied by a single Social Security disability lawyer isn't the end of the road or necessarily a bad thing. If you call around to enough Social Security disability lawyers, you will be able to find someone to represent you, okay? But it's going to take some legwork to do that. I would highly encourage you to try to get the best possible lawyer to represent you for your claim. I would Google Social Security disability lawyer near me. Look for their Google reviews, essentially. You want a disability lawyer with a 5-star rating. Here, more disability lawyers. 4.9 stars, 403 reviews, great. Kraft and Associates, 409, 4.9 stars, great. And I would just go through the list of 4.9 to 5-star disability lawyers and just call all of them and try to find one that will represent you. If that doesn't work, you can always go for a disability lawyer that has a lower score available, but I would be really careful with doing that, because what you don't want is to be represented by a Social Security disability mill where they are trying to sign up as many cases as possible and provide a very low quality of service. A lot of those cases get denied. You're going to want a firm that's going to provide you with a high level of service to increase your chances of getting disability benefits. And there's a spectrum of disability law firms where some of them are more boutique and try to do a lot of things to help each individual case win. And then there's on the other end, like I talked about, where they're just kind of a mill. They'll take anything, but they're not really going to do a lot to help your case get into the winner's column, so to speak. So if you reach out to your local 5-star disability attorneys and none of them will represent you, do not give up hope. You really don't need a disability attorney for where you're at. You already got through the initial level. You can appeal to the reconsideration level online. You can just go appeal reconsideration SSD. Request reconsideration. Look at that link. And then just request disability and then click start a new appeal. And then click I agree to the terms of service, and then just do your appeal online. It takes about 15 minutes to do. It's really, really easy. And then just don't try to hire a disability attorney right now. The thing that you need to know about the reconsideration level is that your case isn't getting granted there. I read the comments to your post and it says you're 27, and the SSA just, you can't say never, but really never is going to grant your case at the reconsideration level. So you're going to want to just appeal yourself. You're going to get another denial at the reconsideration level, and then you appeal again to the hearing level using the same process. And by that time, once you're at the hearing level, you will know who your judge is on your Social Security disability claim. That information can make a big difference in whether or not a lawyer is willing to represent you for your Social Security disability case. You can look up disability judge grant rates. This is the website. Just Google Social Security disability judge hearing grant rates. And for all the disability judges, for where they are in the country, you divide their awards by their decisions, and it gives you their grant rate. So for an example, we will pull up this guy, Gregory Betty, granting 78 cases divided by 169 decisions, 46% grant rate, which is more or less average. But other judges will have much higher grant rates. Dale Black Pennington. Let's go, Dale. 81 divided by 118. And this judge has a 68.6% grant rate, which is fantastic, well above average. If I have a client or potential client call in to me and I know that their judge is granting cases 68% of the time, I am much more likely to be interested in representing them for their hearing because information is really important. Should you have an attorney help you with your hearing? Of course, I'm going to say yes. I'm a Social Security disability lawyer, but they really do a lot for you. So I would still recommend getting one prior to your hearing. Sorry about what you're going through. Sorry about your experience calling lawyers, but you're really going to need to dust yourself off and try again. All right, up next, when to file. Wait for diagnosis or file now? The answer is file now. You said that you are 36 years old in the post, so there's just a very low chance the SSA is going to grant your case at the initial level. It might happen, it usually does not. Given that in mind, it's going to take 2 years for your disability claim to go from start to finish through the initial level, reconsideration level, and hearing level. So that's going to be 2 years to gather all the evidence that you need to prove whatever you need to prove insofar as your diagnosis or diagnostic tests or that kind of thing. If you wait, you're just not going to be able to get that time back. And a lot of things can happen in 2 years. I have clients that start disability and their circumstances were changed, so they lose their support network or they lose insurance, or just the more time that goes by, the more things can go wrong for you applying for disability benefits. And there really aren't any advantages to waiting. Once you get the diagnostic test, you can submit it to the SSA. And like I said, you'll have 2 years to do that. So don't delay, apply immediately. All right, up next, I had a physical and psychological exam last week with the IMA group. Both exams were about 5 minutes each. They didn't even seem like actual exams. Is this typical? Has anyone else experienced this? That's not typical. Lots of people have experienced that. But the real question you should be asking are these exams good or bad for your Social Security disability case? So you are going to want to get a copy of those exams and review them with a lawyer. If the exams are helpful for you, then you don't want to complain about the length or detail that they went into in the exams. If the exams are unhelpful for you, then of course you're going to want to contest them. And you would do that by complaining, like the other people in the comments talk about, to the SSA about the exams not being detailed. And in the actual exams themselves, if they have information in there that contradicts your medical records or your history or whatever, I would just make hay about those issues and then request a new exam. But before you do anything, you should really find out if they helped you or hurt you. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button.